All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Young Black Suburban. Our guest today is someone who is a specialist. I don't know if I can say specialist yet. We're gonna find out if I can say specialist, because you don't want to say the wrong thing to this lady. She's a very strong person, and I already like her. But we're talking today about the cannabis business. I'm sitting here with the owner of Herb Hive, Tammy Hive. How you doing?
I'm good.
You good? I'm great. The reason why I said what I said about her earlier is because we had a guest that was on earlier, and he called you my weed dealer while you were sitting waiting for your podcast to start, and you looked at him like, and then I looked at you and I was like, oh, fuck. It's about to go down. How do you feel about being called a weed dealer?
I think it goes against everything I work for.
Right.
I think what I do is I'm trying to end the stigma. When you like, it's like calling me a drug dealer.
Yeah.
I'm offended by it.
Yeah.
I on my Facebook page or social media and all that, I always compare alcohol to cannabis.
Yeah.
And it's okay to have a liquor store on every corner. It's okay to go to restaurants and get a drink or several drinks.
Yeah.
Lots of drinks.
Yeah.
To the point that people do terrible things. And not saying that people don't do terrible things on cannabis, but the
very rarely.
Very, very rarely. Why? Because we're
eating
a snack,
exactly.
watching TV.
Exactly.
You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Cannabis has a stigma of people sitting around smoking bongs and not being productive.
Yeah.
And then there's me.
Yeah.
Who uses cannabis daily.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, and has never been more driven and productive in my whole adult life.
I can relate.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether it's for, dealing with anxiety, whether it's dealing with pain, whether it's dealing with inflammation, constantly learning. I mean, I am so passionate about this that all I do is walk around with earbuds in my ears at work, listening and learning.
Yeah.
And I say daily to my shoppers and my following that I swear that doctors and scientists are pulling the hemp and cannabis plant apart and finding new cannabinoids that are freaking amazing. Yeah. And I went as far as knowing that they are identifying cannabinoids through certain things, that I reached out to a company and I was like, I started doing this for my mom.
Right.
That's why I started doing it.
Yeah.
But it has evolved into something, and I'm learning so much after the last couple of years that I reached out to a company called Rare Cannabinoid Company, and I was like, here I am. I call myself Herb Hive. Cooking, doing all the things, doing my bees, and I reached out to them and I identified myself as Herb Hive, and I have a small group of shoppers, and it's all about education and blah, blah, blah. And I sent the email. I was working for the state of New Jersey. I still work for the state of New Jersey. It was during lunch. And right before I left work, I got an email. And it was from this Rare Cannabinoid Company. And I went, So I was so nervous. You know, I popped my little CBD, drove on home. He asked me if I wanted to go get dinner. We had a board meeting that night.
Right.
He had a board meeting that night, and I said, hey, we were sitting there with our little burrito bowl. I was like, I got an email from Rare Cannabinoid Company. But the conversation with that man was so great because you know what? There are like-minded people like me that see the the plant can help a person without having a head high, you know? And can I just whip this out?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So we're starting out strong.
I know. Because it's important. It's important that, you know, I'm offering a product.
Yeah, definitely.
That a company that I took a risk reaching out for so I could share more knowledge with my customer base about what cannabinoids could do. So I'm just going to give you this little handout. I picked this blend for you. It is, I gave you this little chart so you can refer to it down the line. But it's awesome.
And this is
it's a spray.
Okay.
So you can just take this throughout the day. It's very pleasant tasting. It has a little Italian lemon. I don't make this.
Okay.
But I carry it.
Okay.
And it is freaking phenomenal.
All right, so we won't show this to the camera then, because it's not your product. But
you're gonna love it.
You're gonna love
it.
I don't have work tomorrow, so.
No, and I'm telling you, it is just for overall wellness, and you know, it's awesome.
Cool, nice.
So, a couple other things I brought. So I brought some homemade, well, not homemade, local honey that we harvest.
Right.
Okay.
Nice. I'm a big tea drinker, so this is gonna be
good.
great.
Now we infuse this too.
Can we put this in the camera so you can see her?
If you want to just hold it up by your face, that's great.
Oh, just right here? Just.
Did I say cheese?
Nice. I'm a big tea drinker.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
And lolly.
Now that's a lolly. This is this is Delta 9.
Yeah. So.
We know all
no. I do know that Delta 9 sounds scary because Delta 8.
And we're going to talk about that.
I
actually just wrote something on my social media, and I explained to my shoppers, because you know what? As more and more cannabinoids are rolling out and being identified to help with different things, I being who I am and digesting it and realizing why they're different and how they're acting different, and I've got to share that with people. I've got to say, hey, listen, I'm selling Delta 8, 9, and 10, and here's the difference.
There's a 10?
There's a 10.
What?
So there is a 10, and a lot of people like to use that when they're socializing and other people are drinking and they don't want to drink.
Okay.
So it's more like a sativa if you think of cannabis.
You're
Delta
blowing
10.
my mind right now.
Yeah. So
there's a Delta 10.
There's a Delta 10. It's pretty good.
Nice. So, is there anything else in there? There's more presents.
Okay. So this is just our standard. This is called a Green Mama. It's 25 milligrams of a full spectrum CBD.
Yes.
We are processing all our CBD in-house. So we start with the flower and we are stripping the oil. Now, people tell me that our gummies, they get a better effect, a better result from our gummies than they do, any CBD shop. I think it's because we take the time to make sure that I'm a good doser.
Yeah. Well, that's important.
It is. You've got to trust your doser.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very important.
Okay. So Delta 8.
Okay, yeah.
So
I'm familiar with Delta 8.
Delta 8.
Yeah.
So
can I tell you a story?
Sure.
So someone gave me just a little cubes. I don't know, because yours are a little bit flatter, but this was like a thick cube, right? But they didn't tell me to just take a little bite of it, so I took the whole thing. I'm on the couch watching TV with my girlfriend. All of a sudden, I'm getting like this. Then my head is on her lap, right? And then I'm like, wait, I want to watch this movie. So I'm looking, and then I'm like, it was so powerful that first time. I misdosed myself, first of all. I kind of overdosed a little bit. But
it happens. I mean,
it was a good feeling, though. It was like the best sleep I had that night.
You wake up the next day and your body
doesn't hurt. Exactly.
Your inflammation is all gone. Your brain slipped right on your shit. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, my girlfriend still doesn't know that was Delta 8.
That's what the amazing thing.
Yeah.
It's legal. Delta 8,
Right,
Delta 9,
right,
Delta
right.
10, THCO,
Right from-
HHC. All,
Yeah, I get it right from the smoke shop.
Yeah, that little bottle of magic that I gave you over there. It's all
legal, right? Yeah.
I'm telling you, it is magical, guys.
Right.
It's really magical.
So before we start getting into the science and everything, we got more.
So this is.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So this is absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
It's called the Yummy.
Okay.
Friend. It is so good.
Okay.
So the difference between, and this you're going to be able to try it out.
Right.
So that D8 is a 25 milligram Delta 8.
Right.
Okay. This is 20 milligrams of Delta 9. Delta 9 does not have the sedation.
Okay.
That the
Delta 8 has. Okay.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
So is this more of
So as a regular cannabis user, I would tell
sativa
somebody.
effect?
No, it's not. It's more of a hybrid.
So, all right, I would never take a D8 before I come to work.
If you microdosed it, you absolutely would.
You think so?
Absolutely. And you know what? This is perfect. You have no money invested in this. I challenge you.
You do know people throw punches at me for a living, right?
I challenge a friend. I'm telling you. No head high. It might change. You might have your best life.
You might be setting me up. I think she set me up.
I'm telling you.
So, but what would you? All right, so I'm in an active job. I have to hold mitts for people. I have to do multiple things. I have to control the time. I have to correct their form, actually physically be there with them. Sometimes I have to even listen to stupid stories. I don't want to. D9 or D8 would be better for me. D10.
I didn't bring any.
No. Oh, get out of here.
Okay.
So D10. I didn't even know.
It's more uplifting. It's more focus.
I got you. So we're here with all three with Delta 10, that would be all three spectrums of the marijuana plant or cannabis plant. What do you want to call it?
Yeah. You would have your feel as far as on a cannabinoid level.
Yeah. So we're talking indica, sativa, and hybrid. Yeah. Wow.
And that's exactly what. Yeah.
And you're doing that with the hemp plant.
With the hemp. Well, now here's the thing.
Yeah, because I don't want to say weed.
Well, this is actually sold as an active distillate. So that's nothing I can process. We buy it by the kilo.
So you buy D12. I mean D12. That's
D8.
We're not there yet, right? We're not at D12 yet.
Yeah. Not yet.
Wow. So you buy it in a concentrated form?
It is so dang thick. You've got to melt it. You've got to melt it down slowly because heat affects cannabinoids and kills it. And
right.
You're not getting what you want out of it. And then you have to do a whole lot of math so that everything
I'm already out.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Wait a second. God forbid.
Just use me as a mixer.
You have a glass of wine or something.
Yeah.
Or you're partaking in your delicacies that you make.
Yeah.
And you try to do math and you don't do the math correctly. That's happened.
Wow. You said that you started this because of your mother.
Right.
Let's talk about the very beginning and how really all this came to be.
What happened was my mom was diagnosed with a late stage 4B vaginal cancer. And when you're dealt that kind of diagnosis, it just kind of, I guess I can only speak for myself. It made me go, okay, chemo, radiation, and I started looking and I just knew there had to be something else.
Right.
So I was hearing about CBD. You know, this is 2017.
Yeah.
So CBD, and I'm like, you go to the store and this one's this many milligrams and this one, I had no idea. Nobody took the time to explain anything to me. And I knew somebody that was putting on a talk about CBD, and my sister and I went. And naturally they were selling after the show.
Yeah.
So Mom was it had metastasized to her bones. So with that is bone pain. And so Denise and I were just, my sister and I, we were just, $1,500. Here you go, $1,500 for you, $1,500 for you. So we went and we were going, here, Mom, open up. We were giving her a couple drops, and she was like this. I feel better.
Yeah.
After a bottle. I'm like, so we did that for a couple months, and I was like, there's got to be. We got to figure this shit out, because you know what? This ain't working. So I realized, as I'm going down the rabbit hole, that I was able to buy CBD flower. And I could process it myself.
Right.
All I had to do was extract the oil.
Right.
Easy, right?
No.
Okay. So then, as I'm learning how to do all those things, I then realized that cannabis, the sister of CBD, the benefits of something called RSO.
Oh, man.
Rick Simpson oil.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Okay. So Rick Simpson oil is it's extracted out of the cannabis plant.
Yes.
Marijuana plant. And there's a big elephant sitting in the room. As you're Googling it, and as you're going Facebook platforms, and you're trying to figure out how to make it and how to get it and how to, they tell you have to make it. And I'm like, so I was at wit's end. Yeah. I was emotional. I was invested in figuring out what to do for my mom, and I didn't want to lose her.
Right.
So I went to my hairdresser, which you have to go every couple of weeks, right? And I sat there and I was crying. I was like, I just need to get my mom some marijuana.
Yeah.
I need to get my mom some marijuana. And somebody texted me. My hairdresser shared my phone number with somebody. Yeah. And somebody texted me and said, hey, Tammy, I understand that you're looking for some marijuana or some instructions on how to utilize marijuana for your mom's wellness and cancer diagnosis.
Right.
And I was like, looks like I got a new friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are correct. And she was like, would you like to come to my shop? And I was like, hell yeah. So I get my sister in tow. We go up there, and this woman was like me. She just wanted you to live your best life and to heal everyone from everything. Right. And she was just sharing all the things about Rick Simpson oil and what it did for her mother. Yeah. And I said, how much can I pay you to make me RSO? Yeah. And she was like, I don't know you. I don't know if you're a cop. Right. You came in with a really good story, but so does a lot of people. Right. And she said, here's a book. Figure it out. So that's what I did. Wow. I figured it out. Wow. And that turned into. Well, Mom, I was making RSO for my mother. Right. Tammy Marshall, was making RSO for my mother. You were breaking the law.
I feel like there's a TV show like that. What was it, Weeds or something? That was on
I don't know.
Showtime back in the day. You don't watch TV? Too busy making RSO. So then I had to go to my mom, my 71-year-old mother, and my 75-year-old stepfather, and I had to say, this is what we got now. We went from that little bottle of CBD that we are stepping it up a notch. Yeah. Well, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, this is what I'm doing. This is what doing all the things. Yeah. I said, she was like, okay. So and I'm telling you guys, listen to this story because it's kind of up. So I was like, okay, Mom. Sat down with my stepfather. I said, listen, this is what's going on. We're making this stuff called RSO. It's out of cannabis. Mom, you're going to get high. We were making vaginal suppositories. This is all medicinal. In my head, this isn't about let's get fucked up, let's party, let's do all this. This is, Mom, we're smearing this shit everywhere. We're sticking it where we need to stick it. And her response was,
I don't want to be high. But what's she doing?
What? Drinking?
Rum and Coke.
Really?
And the opioids that they're...
Wow.
So I said, Mom, you don't realize it. You're already high.
Yeah.
You're already high, Mom.
Yeah.
Those pills that they're feeding you, you're already high. So we need to try to do something else. Because I had to tell her how RSO, once you consume it or you insert it, it is absorbed into your system, and cancer cells have a receptor on them called a cannabinoid receptor.
Wow.
And RSO is a cannabinoid.
Yeah.
So what happens is when RSO attaches to that cancer cell, it is, it's like sperm and egg, but it's RSO and cancer cell, and it goes in there, and inside every cell in our body, there is something called a mitochondria.
Right. Yeah.
And what that cannabinoid does, or what RSO does, because I'm going to call it cannabinoid because it's not freaking weed, and it's not pot, and it's not anything but medicine.
Yeah.
What it does is it goes in there and it alters the mitochondria.
Right.
And then what happens?
I was watching, I didn't have enough time.
It dies.
Yeah.
The cancer cell dies.
So it's killing it?
If it doesn't die, it stops it from dividing. And what happens when it divides is it's just like a beehive. It gets, I went out and I split hives today. Yeah. So instead of one hive, I have two. So instead of one cancer cell, now we have two, which means it's spreading.
Right.
So does it help for all cancers? It does not.
Yeah.
But.
Wow.
There's a lot of science, and you know what? This is what I do. This is the rabbit hole I went down, and that's why we're sitting here.
Right.
And I am sitting here cooking with something that I'm allowed to cook with because of the 2018 Farm Bill.
Okay.
So for people to call me the weed girl,
it's
not cool.
It's not cool, right?
I can cook with weed. I have cooked with weed.
Right.
You know what? I cook with weed for myself. I have a medical marijuana.
I'll tell you this: if there was weed dealers like you when I was growing up, we'd be all right. we'd be all right. My understanding of RSO though is that it can be very powerful.
It can be.
We talked before the show. I'm prescribed marijuana. I've bought RSO from the dispensary. And you can only put a toothpick touch of RSO in your, rub it on a gummy that you get, or put it.
That's why people need me.
Yeah. But
that's why people
in the beginning, when you were making it,
trust. There are still times with Delta 8 THC. That stuff is no joke.
Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, it's no joke.
Yeah.
I've made some super messed up Rice Krispie treats. And I thought that someone in this room might be able to. It happens to the best of us.
Right.
It happens. You know what? Sometimes, and you know what? You know why? Because I was hanging out with my girlfriend on her birthday. She brought over a bottle of wine.
Right.
And I dropped a 0 on the math. It happens.
Yeah. A 0.
So instead of it being 11,000, I thought it was 11,180.
1,100,000.
It was. I thought it should have been 1180, and it was 11,800. It was ugly.
Yeah. So what happens? Does someone just get knocked out?
Well, I knew what was happening because after I made the Rice Krispie treats in the individual snowballs, when you make a Rice Krispie treats, you go like this.
Yeah.
Because it's all stuck to the side.
Yeah.
So what I do.
Oh.
And I was on the phone with my son-in-law.
Yeah.
And then after you eat all that stuff,
you gotta wash
your dishes, right?
Yeah.
So we're FaceTiming, and I'm washing dishes, and I went, oh shit, my lips are numb, my cheeks are numb. I was only 10 minutes into, and it usually takes an hour.
Yeah.
I knew I was in trouble. I went, oh shit, Ryan, I'll call you back. I got to do some math because I knew I needed to do math before.
Yeah, before it kicked in. Right, damn.
And then I realized, and I was like, oh shit. So I gave him a warning.
Yeah, he did it anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you might understand though that that story might scare certain people.
But you know what? That's why that's why I tell people, I think that my dosing is, and I do warn my customers, but come on.
Well, that's what I was getting to.
Some people love a little heavy dosing and some don't.
You have a lot of, you have my head spinning because I'm thinking like, you must have had the best highs ever sometimes because you're the one that's dosing it.
But I've gotten much better.
Yeah.
I've gotten much better, not
well, your tolerance and everything.
And I'm a lightweight.
Yeah.
It doesn't take me a lot
to get you there.
Oh no.
That's crazy.
And I like a good blend. I like a 1-to-1 with CBD. You know. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know what that is because they are still going to weed dealers, even though those people aren't even. They're not. I don't know one bad weed dealer really, unless they're doing other stuff. But they don't know what a 1-to-1 is.
And
they
why
don't,
it's so good.
And why it's so good. And they don't know even what we talked about earlier, sativa, indica. They just buy what they want to buy or whatever.
I know, it's amazing how many people don't know the effects and what
exactly. Or ones that help anxiety better than some that help chronic pain better. Which is anxiety is the reason why I am prescribed it.
But I'm going to tell you what, friend, I make a kick-ass CBD.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what.
I've never had a CBD really that affected me, and I thought it was always because I was a THC user. Do you think that I'll still feel the CBD?
You might need a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what? And then that's a reason why Delta products are so important, because I think that people with higher tolerances, we often need a little more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Delta offers that.
Right.
So but then in my medicinal head, I go, yeah, Delta's great. Delta's legal. Mm-hmm. But the beauty of FICO and RSO are unmatched.
Yeah. Can you explain what FICO is?
FICO is full extract cannabis oil.
Okay.
And what is it? It is derived and extracted from the hemp plant, also known as the CBD plant.
Right.
And it's actually in your Green Mama gummies.
Oh, yeah? My girl's going to kill you. I'm going to be at home so relaxed. She's like, do the dishes. You're off today. I can't do the dishes. I was with Tammy Hive. Marshall. Sorry. But you're Hive on...
Urban Hive.
No, but... you know what it was. Sorry. I put your name in my phone as
Tammy
Hive. Yeah. So it's Marshall. My fault. Dag, I feel stupid. Now let me take a gummy. So back to Herb and Hive though. You decided to take from what you learned and turn it into an actual business?
So what happened was it was kind of very natural. Shortly after my mom passed away, I had surgery. And when I was recovering, they put me on all those pills, and there I was, the patient.
Yeah.
And I think that my husband said to me that we still had some of my mom's medicine he says, you should try that.
Yeah.
So I tried it, and I was like, was I high? No higher than the pills that they were shoving down my throat to ease my pain. But
your liver probably thinks.
And you could poop.
Yeah. That's
Come on.
Yeah. It's a very good alternative.
When you're 5 to 10 days post-op and you haven't gone to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's not good times.
But
yeah, it was good. So I was like, all right, everything's good. And then I was in there washing my face one night, and I suffer from nasal cold sores, chronic nasal cold sores. I had them every day of my life. And I noticed my cold sores were gone. I was like, no shit. And you're laughing, but I'm telling you what, they're painful. Cold sores are painful.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is wild. This is wild. So I continued to use the mom. I was baking brownies on Facebook. I was making because I kind of could.
Right.
I was just, hey guys, I'm cooking with this really great stuff. So then I ran out of mom's medicine.
Mm.
And then a couple of days later, I think it was 72 hours later, I woke up and had cold sores again.
Wow.
And I went, holy shit. So I asked somebody that I'm close to if they could get me a little bit more of that.
RSO.
No, because I processed it.
Right.
Because my thought was I wanted to know what my mom was getting. That's why I wanted to process it. She was in such bad shape we couldn't even get her in to get certified for a medical card. I mean, that's how bad she was.
Yeah.
So I made myself a little RSO and made myself some gummies and brownies, and don't you know, a couple of days later, my cold sores were on. I was like, okay, now I need to go get my medical marijuana card and go sell this story.
Right.
Because I'm sleeping like a rock star.
Yeah.
I had no inflammation. I had no anxiety. Let's go. So I went in there and he goes, absolutely, that makes sense. So he wrote me a card. So I think I went to a dispensary a couple times after I got my card and got some RSO because that's what I was. And then you go there, and that's what I don't understand why edibles aren't legal. I don't get it because you said it. They give you a stick and they say, "Here you go.
Yeah.
Go home. This is what you need." They don't give you any instructions.
I wonder how many people.
Nobody knows what to do.
Are slumped after that. Yeah.
Because I would go in with my mom when we finally got her certified. Because I was like, Mom, I can't keep making this. You know what I'm saying? We need to get you in there. And I would see these old couples in these beautiful, where they sell the stuff, dispensaries.
Yeah.
They look like spas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I said, my mom, I'm like, I know how this shit hits.
People don't understand. I don't know. I have only been to the dispensary that I go to. But there's all this red tape in the front. You got to have your ID. You got to show this. Right now, because of COVID, only a certain amount of people can come in. But then as soon as you get to that back door, okay, what do you want? And they just give you what you. There's no education really. If you ask, you can get some education, but
we do education classes. We do sample packs, so people with written explanations.
Yeah.
We offer everything.
I feel like before you get back there, it's like the government. Then when you get back there,
it's a free fall.
They're weed dealers.
Yeah, they are.
Back there, the same experience that I just had when I went to Detroit, where you could just go in, everybody can go in. That's how it is behind a regular dispensary. Like, there's no difference except that they're getting that money from you having your card. That's the only difference. I find that funny. Like, I think that if you go behind there and they're regulating everything, you should get some education with that, but that doesn't happen.
I know that when I went with my mom, by the time we got my mom her certified, the pharmacist, he said to my mom, she knows more than I do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's because that was before my mom died in 2018.
Crazy. Yeah.
So here we are in 2022 now.
And they have pharmacists on site at all time that don't know what the hell they're doing.
Exactly. But that's not everywhere. I don't want to just. That was just our experience. I mean, did he want to help? He did want to help, but by then I was already into FICO and RSO and knew what we needed to do. Right.
And we're talking about the business now. Okay. So it's a great product to go have in your business, but you had to think okay, now I'm going to turn this into something.
Remember 2018. Yeah. 2018 Farm Bill.
Right.
So mom passes away.
What is the Farm Bill?
The Farm Bill allows people like me and you, everyday people, to utilize hemp in what they've done is they have extracted cannabinoids and applied them to hemp
Right.
that then they turn into a distillate. And a distillate is a very thick, sticky substance that we're able to produce some kick-ass candies with.
Right.
But those candies don't have to be kick-ass. They can be microdosed if need be. A lot of my customers love to microdose. I love to microdose.
Yeah.
So basically, microdosing means that you're going to take a little bit throughout the day.
Right.
And I say, just, you know what, let's do 8, 12, 4, and then bed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got a schedule.
Look how easy it is.
The
life of the plant is 16 hours. It is no different. It is no different than Big Pharma.
Yeah.
Writing that script, you take it, and you get that autofill for 90 days.
Yeah, the fucked up part about that is that
it's toxic.
You get addicted easy. Like you said, you had surgery. I had surgery before too, and they only gave me 12 Percocet, but that was the best 12 Percocets I've ever had in my life. And
you can see how people can get addicted.
When it ran out, I had a realization that I was taking those little pills. I had major surgery, but I didn't need them. It was because they felt good. And you know, that was the really reason why I was like, no, I'm not going to take Xanax, which they wanted to prescribe me. I know that they're not the same thing, but I just didn't. The thought of taking a pill and then needing 2 of them the next time, or needing 4 of them the next time, is something that I didn't want. So I asked my one of them, a psychologist or a psychiatrist, can prescribe you medicine. And I went up to her and I said, look, all my friends are dying because of pills. I don't want to be addicted to pills, so I'm not going to take it. I would prefer you prescribe me cannabis. I already use it from the streets, but now I have a medical reason, and they wouldn't do it. And mind you, I've only was going to therapy for a month at that time. So I was going once a week, 4 times, and they tried to prescribe me Xanax. So after talking to my actual therapist, who she's pretty cool, she's like, yeah, man, I think you should just stick with marijuana. It doesn't matter where you get it from. I can't prescribe it to you, but if you get your doctor to do it.
She certify you for your medical card?
No, the psychologist couldn't, or her. So they said, if you get your doctor to do it, then, you know, we're going to be okay with it. We'll put it on our records or whatever. So I got my doctor, and my doctor was like, yo, he's a cool dude, but he was like, yo, you should have took the Xanax and got cannabis. I was like, so, you know, the red tape around getting legal cannabis is still rough in Pennsylvania, at least.
I know. It's funny because I live in Early Borough, so I'm able to look right out my window across the river in New Jersey.
New Jersey, right.
And I'm like, all right, there they go.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be curious to see, you know, dispensaries.
I'm trying to really dive into your business mind because I'm a businessman myself. And I want to know, like, you jump from getting your first thing of RSO to making it your own and all that. And now you come in front of me with packaging. You know, you have your own logo and all that. How did that part of the business evolve into?
So basically, this is what
Did you buy these little brown baggies? I can't find these anywhere. What are you trying
It's auto ship too.
Yeah.
It's just something that I think is important.
Yeah.
If you're gonna, you know, I mean, we're kind of choosy who is in our shopping group.
Right.
This isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's important that everybody.
I'm getting some marijuana ready so I can do my part as an activist. Okay. So I'm not trying to be. Okay. I'm not trying to be rude to you.
But it's I mean, it's beautiful, don't you think?
Oh yeah, I love it. And you're on Facebook, you're on social media, out in the open.
All about education.
And so I have 2 questions, and I don't want to forget the second one. Already forgot it. It's the weed. But no, the first question is, you work for the state of New Jersey.
I do, right down from Ed's store.
Yeah, is that what it is? So, is there a regulation on you partaking in cannabis?
No.
Nothing? There's no drug test or anything? I was wondering that question.
But even if you use my CBD, you're going to test positive for THC.
Right.
Even though the Delta products are legal products, you will test positive for THC.
Right. I work for myself, so
No.
That's gonna use it.
I'm very open.
Right.
I mean, I tell people, the reason why our CBD works is because it doesn't open to THC.
Right.
You know what?
Right.
THC doesn't have to be scary.
Nah, it's not, it shouldn't be anyway. And the reason why I think it's scary to people is because what was told to our people that came before us.
Or they're given a stick of RSO and told to go home and try to figure it out without the education. The original reason, Reefer Madness and all that was because they told people, white people, I know this,
that black and Spanish men would rape white women if they smoked cannabis. And then it turned into a horrible thing. And now...
You know what's beautiful? Is all the patents that the U.S. government has
on it. That's crazy, right? They do that with everything. That's crazy. So my second question was, and since you're educated on cannabis, I guess, and CBD, you posted a meme of us. We're going to be here. And our sister podcast is Young Blonde Suburban.
Oh, I did see that.
Did you see that? Yeah. She messaged me, and her father's a doctor. And she's like, I see hypertension on there. How does cannabis help high blood pressure? And I was wondering, it's not a got you question or anything like that, how THC helps hypertension.
Maybe because... And I haven't had time to even...
Yeah, it's kind of a got you question.
But I'm wondering if by the lowering inflammation and overall stress increases... You know what I'm saying? I mean...
Lowering your anxiety.
Exactly. Think about it.
Yeah.
I'm just...
We're getting there.
It's food for thought. I don't know, man.
Relaxing you? Should I Google it?
We have all these cannabinoids right over there. I mean, let's
pull it out.
Protection. There's all kinds of it.
Soreness, discomfort, stress.
Neuroprotection.
Yeah. I mean, I would think that all these would lower your blood pressure.
Form or fashion.
So, Dad, why do you still have high blood pressure? I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I know you smoke marijuana.
Some is genetics, too.
No, all of it. In my family, I'm like the only one that doesn't have high blood pressure. So, it definitely is a lot of it's genetics.
Hereditary.
Yeah. So, how... You say you keep a small circle of customers
Very
and everything.
Small circle.
How did they come about? How do you...
Word of mouth.
Word of mouth? Yeah, that's how you got here.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Word of mouth.
And I'm from the area,
Well, I often tell people, you know what? Only tell people who I am and what I do.
Yeah.
Because people tend to blow things out of proportion.
Yeah.
We're all adults here, you know.
Have you ever gotten that into a situation where...
there's mean chatter about me.
Yeah? Like what? You're a weed dealer? Did they say that?
Yeah, somebody has said that. Yeah.
Like someone in like Yardley or...
Yeah, locally.
Yeah. Let's talk about them. Who are they?
Yeah.
Let's talk about them. No, but there's
and that's the problem. It's no different than I work hard on doing everything legally and by the books and getting a business license.
Exactly.
And doing all the packaging. You know, I mean,
it's a legit business.
This is all about me doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a small amount, or one person can actually be a catalyst to destroy everything you've worked so hard for. Definitely. Because, you know, you don't want to make waves, and you don't want to. This isn't for everyone.
Hopefully, though.
You know, some people are very happy
that
going
won't
to
be
the doctor.
Forever.
I hope it's not forever.
Yeah.
Because once full-blown THC is, well, it is legal.
Look at this table.
I know. You got it's like Christmas.
Yeah, look at this table. But and it's not every day that you see someone that looks like you that's out here being on the front line, trying to educate. Educate. Yeah,
that's it all. I mean, even that honey. I mean, dosing that honey. And you know what? I realize it's a little earthy. We flavor it: cinnamon, chocolate, dark chocolate. You can be eating a little bit of plant all day long. And not be stoned.
And but again, you know, Reefer Madness messed that all up for us. So what I'm doing here is, I'm not going to say the name of the company. I'm going to try to keep it. It's been on our podcast. It's been on our podcast every episode so far. But all right, this is my PAX 3, guys. Send me some free merch. But what this is it's a dry herb vape. So you put your dry weed in there, and it vaporizes.
Doesn't need to be marijuana. It can be Delta 8.
Oh yeah.
CBD,
Anything,
anything that
definitely.
I might carry.
The reason why I choose this is because you don't get all the byproduct. When you smoke joints or something like that, you're getting butane from the lighter. And I still like to run. I still like to work out. So this just burns the green outside of the leaf, and you dump the byproduct out. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to actually smoke weed on the show as my part of activism, because I have a business in Bristol Borough. Most people don't realize when they come to see me, I'm on my medicine, you know, and they love me. And so this is me letting them see, you know, this is why I am the way that I am. It's pop, man. So we can keep talking.
Yeah.
We can keep talking. That's it. Yardley is an area where it's made of
2,600 people.
That's it. I used to be there a lot. I went to school at William Penn in Charles Bain Middle School. I'm very familiar with the area. It's not really an area where you go outside and you buy pot, or you buy any.
But we do have a CBD store.
Do you?
In Yardley.
Well, that's what I was going to get to. Is like, you, Herb and Hive, would do well on Main Street, Yardley.
I know we would, friend. I know we would.
So what are the next steps for your business?
I always look at storefronts.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Is that, but you have a regular job as well.
I have a regular job, man.
Yeah. But
I have a regular job. I know. It's so hard.
But you already do it. Why not do it?
What, from 4 to 9?
Yeah.
And people do that.
People would, if you were only open from 4 to 9, I think you'd probably get a town ordinance issue or something.
No, we would be fine. I mean, the vault was open.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but you would have more business than the vault. They'll be around the corner
like
at the Yardley Ice House. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Cover, come on in.
But the good thing about you is you're totally legal. 100% legal.
But we still pack a punch.
Yeah.
We still pack a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can.
So
you're what Texas is legislating against.
Exactly. Is that crazy?
But they don't want the hemp.
They don't know. They don't want it. And unfortunately, I think if my mom, I wish she was here first and foremost, because I know that she would just I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe what we built.
Right.
Passion.
That's
Purpose.
how it works. If you smoked, I wouldn't pass this to you because I don't smoke with people, but
yeah, I don't smoke.
we would pass it together. So I had a great time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is great. I thank you for the gifts. Now I'm coughing in your face. This is the time where you can spread your own message. I feel like we've been spreading it the whole show, but really you can home in, look at that camera.
I won't say anything inappropriate.
Don't stick the finger up. No, but that's what's good about podcasts. You might want to start your own one day.
Oh, friend, I wish I had time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
but you can say whatever you want to say because it's not CBS or NBC. It's the internet, and we're allowed to say whatever. Freedom of press, right here.
I don't have anything to. I don't even know what to say. I think stop the stigma. THC is not scary. Education is key. I say that all the time, and give it a try. Just reach out to me. I'll hook you up.
Where can they find you at online?
www.shopherbandhive.com.
And social media?
If you scroll down to my Facebook, that website, www.shopherbandhive.com, you're going to see my Instagram and all my contact information, my cell number. Again, my group is very, very small. I'm like an apothecary. It's very personal. This is for you. This isn't, everyone's different. We all have different receptors. I got you.
Yeah. I'm going to add a little bit of something on too, because you're talking about the stigma and all that. We are all in this together. Nobody smokes cannabis to stick it to anybody or to stick it into someone's face. We just understand the need for it and what it does for people, and definitely as an alternative. If you're an activist for LBGT, if you're an activist for amendment rights, if you're an activist for people's rights, this is part of that. This is our right. This is something that we have a right to participate in, especially with the new farm bill. This is something that we all should be standing up for, and it's not as bad as people say. Like we said on the show, the reason why it was outlawed was because the United States government said that people of color would do things to white people. That is the whole reason why marijuana is even called marijuana, to make it sound like a Spanish name instead of the real word cannabis. And
we have cannabinoid receptors. This is very, very deliberate. It's
definitely an attack. It's not the only thing that has been made illegal because of that reason, but that is the reason why cannabis is illegal today. So we all have to do our part in trying to educate the community, the people, and turn this product into something that can help everyone. All right. So that was the best podcast I ever had. I say that every podcast. I say that every podcast. Yeah. But this one was something close to my heart. I'm glad that you agreed to even come on the show. I know it's scary. We don't even know each other, just through a mutual friend. I appreciate it.
Yeah, but that's the importance of this. It's about, even when I reached out to Rare Cannabinoid Company, he said, you took a risk.
Yeah.
You took a risk.
Yeah.
I took a risk. You know what? I bought a bigger gummy mold because I thought maybe I could sell 1,000 gummies. And here we are.
Look at us. I want to buy some stock. Can I be a shareholder? All right, guys, that's our episode of the Young Black Suburban. This is Herb and Hive. We'll see you guys on the next time.